Hi everybody. I'm so happy to be here right now. I was getting the nudge to come on as I was talking to some clients over the past couple of days, and they're going through an awful lot. And I also have a new series I'm putting together for you. So welcome, and if you are new to me and here on my lives, I'm Judy Martini, your transformational leader, intuitive coach. And hi Wendy. Wendy, I would love for you to be part of this. Good afternoon to you too. So I'm an intuitive channel healer and mentor and a transformational expert actually. All of my clients transform their lives like 360 degrees into this fifth dimensional world that they're just raving about. And I want to talk a little bit about that before I talk about the new series that I am about to launch. The full moon held some magnificent energies. Did you guys feel it? And tell me what you felt. Like, Wendy, I know you are feeling some of the things from the full moon. I know my clients are talking about it over the past few days. I know for me, because I'm so sensitive and empathic and extremely sensitive, I feel the buildup in the cosmos days before. And then as the full moon kind of settles in, it's like, I feel this relaxing place. Hi, Laura. Laura, what about you and the full moon energies? You know, I would love to be able to take people on this. There, let's just see. I just invited a couple of my favorite people that are so in tune with full moon energies. Laura says it made me exhausted, crazy sleep. Absolutely. And I'm going to take that a step further into past exhaustion, Laura. And how about no motivation? Like, you're exhausted for no reason. Yes, you had crazy sleep, but the exhaustedness doesn't come from lack of sleep. There's a different type of frequency associated with that, and that is the downloads or the upgrades that come with the full moon. Hi, Ronald. How's Ronald today? Wendy says none. Yeah, no motivation. Tell me about it. I'm sitting here with one of these projects that I'm going to tell you about, ready to go. And it was like I kept getting no, not yet. There's nothing there. There's no motivation to move forward with anything. And when that happens, guys, I'm going to let you know that it's so important to honor that and not think that there's something wrong. You know how old stinking thinking would say, what's wrong with me? Why can't I get something done? Why am I not motivated? Where's the inspiration? What's wrong with me? That's old belief systems. And they don't work anymore because we know the truth. We know the truth of what's happening. Wendy says exactly. That's right. So we honor ourselves in this. And this is one of the new series that I'm starting. I'm starting a couple of them. One of them is called Ultimate Self-Care. And what's falling in the ultimate self-care is when there's no motivation, when there's no inspiration, do absolutely nothing. Old energy, old 3D energy says push through it, grind through it. You can think past it, do what you need to do. And how did that work? It didn't, did it? That's old 3D energy. So when you're exhausted, when you're not motivated, when you're not inspired, know that there's something going on in the cosmos that's affecting you, and honor yourself with ultimate self-care. Oh, one of my favorite people is here. Hello, Diana Brienne. Hi, Janet. So tell me more about how the full moon has been affecting you the past few days, whether it was leading up to the full moon, guys, or whether it's during the full moon and we're still in that phase. Because I know there was sort of this heightened rise with the moon, and then there was this stasis point here, and then there's sort of like this little bit of a, I don't know, we settled into a beautiful place. And I was telling my clients that if they noticed a heightened sense of intuition, receive it, use it, play with it, because it was there. Well, it's been there for the past 3 days. Hello, Miss Diana Brienne. So beautiful for you to be here. Diana Brienne, you are always making the most incredible videos. Laura says, really emotional feeling. Yes, Laura, absolutely. Emotions were high and or low, both. Diana says, love your videos, especially your live ones. Oh, thank you, Diana Brienne. I'm going to be doing more lives because I'm doing a series called Ultimate Self-Care. And I'm going to have guests on, and we're going to do 5 specific videos, or maybe 6, that lead into key areas in order for you to stay healthy, especially with your human earth suit, healthy body, soul, and spirit. And with the body, there's 6 elements that you have to have at top perfection in order to live into your 120, 130, and even longer. Because as our frequencies change, our years of living become longer. And I think some of you have seen that too. So tell me more about the full moon energy, if it's affected you, and how it affected you, and what did you actually do about it? You know, I'll jump back to for a minute when there was no motivation, and the typical place for us to go is, well, do something about it. Just get up and do something. If you're not motivated, you have to be. You can't just sit around. You can't just not do something. How many of us still operate under that old belief? Self-care is very important. Janet, oh, you're so right. I'm calling self-care now ultimate self-care or extreme self-care. Wendy says, felt the build-up, woke up this morning feeling a deep sadness, even questioning depression, maybe just shedding skin. Aha. Okay, Wendy. I just finished with a client a couple hours ago that had a depressive feeling. In fact, their whole family did. And it lasted for maybe half a day. That's those feelings, those shedding, those washing out, those bringing up to the surface feelings. And so I'm hoping, and I know you probably did, that you had a good look at them for what they were. Because when things come to us now, it's for us to look at it, heal it, let it go, deal with it. Right? Because they're coming right in our face. Like, they're right here, and as soon as we turn this way, they're still with us. All of these things we need to look at, all these triggers about relationships, all of these things that are being brought up that are emotional. Wendy says, I call it essential self-care. Oh, essential, ultimate, extreme. Exactly, Wendy. You and I are talking the same language, girl. So, Wendy, maybe I'm going to get you to be a contributor on the live videos I'm going to do. I'm going to do 5 of them, which leads into this wonderful space that I'll talk about more, where the collaboration will be key. And it's all about moving, up-leveling, grounding, getting healthy, staying healthy. It's not about fads. It's not about anything other than the ultimate, as you say, essential self-care in every area of your life, right? In every area. So, full moon energies are still here. I am huddled at home. When I interact with others, I felt like I'm going to snap. Had a dream about my dad who passed away. All right. One of my clients this morning, whose father passed away on the 15th, 10 years ago, she, her mother, and her daughter all were grieving and mourning. And they didn't know why. Isn't that interesting? And then you with your dad. So there's definitely something going on there for us to look at. And I would suggest, Laura, if you know how, to go deep within. This is with your higher self. Start asking your higher self what you need to know about that. What does that really mean? And what do you need to do or let go of or heal from it? You know, because sometimes it's a trigger for something else. You know, about your dad, and yet it's a layer of something else that comes up. Does that make sense to you, Laura? I know it would, Wendy, it makes sense to you, right? So full moon energies. This was a big one this time, especially when I understand that Chiron has left Pisces, and I'm a Pisces, so it was a really good thing it left. I have been under extreme, I don't know what, I guess you could call it stressful a bit over the past 9-10 years of really digging in deep with those old belief systems, with those old emotions, the things that I was hanging on to, the things that I wasn't even aware of. It's been 9 long years, guys, of digging, letting them surface, working with the energy around it, having some mentors in my life, lots of mentors, doing a lot of energy work, having a lot of energy work, doing a lot of letting go, until I started to come to a place of total acceptance, and not gratitude, but the level above gratitude would be appreciation. That's a whole other series of live videos. And Cindy's watching. Hey, Miss Newlywed Cindy. We're talking about everything that we talk about. Energy, the moving forward, the full moon energies. And so, Cindy, how have they been affecting you? Because you're in a world of your own right now, literally speaking, Cindy. And I know that for those of us that are constantly elevating ourselves, evolving, allowing ourselves to let go of belief systems, let go of structures that have held us in place for so long, letting go of all of that, we're all on the same page, we're all up leveling, and it's common ground for us to feel these energies in a bigger way than ever before. Cindy says, I've been full of energy and ideas. Yes, I told you to capitalize on that, didn't I, Cindy? Which is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And the ideas, Cindy, is because when I mentioned about heightened intuition and to tap into that, you did it. So they started to come. Isn't that amazing? You know, like, I'm going to jump to another subject, one of my favorites, intuition. We all have it. Every human being has it. But we have been told we don't. Or we've been told it only shows up when a miracle needs to happen, or when a mother feels there's going to be danger to her child. Well, that's a bunch of bullshit, guys. I'm going to tell you that. That's a bunch of bullshit. Your intuition is always working for you, always has been, always will, because it's the connection you have to source energy. It's one and the same. So once you get and let go of that lie that your intuition only works once in a while, what happens is you start to have a relationship with your higher self. You start to have a relationship with your God, your spirit world, your cosmos world, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter what you call it. And then you're never alone. Then you start seeing the truth. Then you start getting the answers you need each and every time. And I want to say hello to Susie, a special hello to Susie. Janet says, I agree. Diana says, I think recently it's about letting go of trying to fix other people's lives that are not ready to be fixed and putting focus on myself or those who are ready for change. Diana Brienne is so wise. One of the greatest lessons I learned probably 3 years ago was not to help anybody that doesn't ask for help. Not to coach anybody that doesn't ask for support or guidance. Not even, and this pertains to my children, my adult children, that if they're struggling through something and I know the answer, which intuitives do and sensitives do, and people that can see, which I can see, sort of premonition-wise, I can see. Just because I see it and I have the answer, if one of my children haven't asked me for support or help or guidance, learned that a long time ago. And it's hard to put into practice at times, is to not give advice and suggestions unless you've been asked. And Diana Brienne, you are absolutely right. And letting go of that, trying to help other people, especially our children. Because if someone doesn't ask you for advice, they're not looking for your advice or your guidance. What they want is they want to remain a victim usually, because they're usually talking about their problems. And just because you're going to offer the right solution for them doesn't mean they're going to take it or be appreciative of it as well. Hey, Miss Holly, welcome aboard. And Linda, Diana says, I agree totally. Yeah. So we've jumped on many topics today, which is kind of cool. I mean, full moon energies, if you really could sit with them and ask what you need out of them, what you need to receive out of the upgrade and the download that was coming, you would have received it magnificently. And Cindy mentioned she received great energy and good ideas, which I knew you would. Hello, Miss Holly. Holly, you're guilty of that too. Well, welcome to the world of, especially for women, we have been brainwashed into believing that we're there to serve everybody. And we have to fix everybody's problems, especially our children. Sharon Wax, oh my gosh, girl, I would love to have you come on. Why can't I bring you on? Sharon also has gone through this, and we've talked about it over the years, as Sharon and I are collaborators and colleagues on many different levels, about keeping our mouth closed unless we're asked for advice, especially from our children. You know, and I especially have had, and some of you know, one of my children has had some serious issues, life-threatening issues at times, where, talk about being challenged, guys, where I've had to stand back. Life-threatening, challenging issues beyond what you could ever imagine, and I don't want to say on Facebook, but I've had to stand back and allow it to happen in front of my eyes because I wasn't being asked to serve or to help or stop or guide. Scary stuff. Scary stuff. Anyway, so back to full moon energies and the new series I'm about to birth. The new series is going to help you. Totally help you. Body, soul, and spirit. Emotionally, physically. Get into the best, what's the word I want to use, shape you could ever be in. Because it's about taking control of yourself in many different areas, and I'm going to give you hints and tips and wisdom and guidance in that. I'm going to teach you how to tune in. I'm going to teach you so many awesome things. I'm getting so excited about it, and I may start this Thursday. And I'll bring people like Miss Sharon Wax on to help in expertise levels. And I'm going to bring a client on who has done a 360-degree turnaround with her life, from being ready to commit suicide many times, to hiding herself away in her room for years, to not understanding who she was, to seeing angels and being told she's creepy and stupid and she's a witch, to now successfully standing in her power. And I'm going to bring her on so she can share. I think it was Janet or Laura that said essential self-care, which I say ultimate and essential and extreme self-care, and how that is so needed. We cannot put it in our agenda when it suits us anymore. It has to be first and foremost in our daily care. So I just wanted to pop on to share that with you. And I thank some of my clients for coming on board. And I thank my colleagues as well. Diana Brianne says, I agree. As a parent with children who are now adults, I stepped back and I taught them well. And now they have to make their own decisions, knowing I am here if they want my input. But I let go, knowing that they have the right tools to decide. It's up to them. That was hard to do. I am normally a hands-on type of mom. I know you are, Diana Brianne. I know you are. And there comes a time when we cut the strings from the children, from the baby to our child to an adult. And it's difficult because there's an attachment there that we were never taught to let go of. We were taught that, well, look at what I was taught, that the more I worried, the better parent I was, that I cared. If I could worry about my children, if I could worry about the world, if I could worry about my life and everybody else's life, the better adult I was, because I cared. I showed I cared. Well, what a bunch of bullcrap that is. I was the worry queen. My middle name was Worry. So when we learn and acknowledge and step away from that, it gives not only us freedom, but them freedom as well. Total freedom. And there's something that you're going to come to know if you continue to watch my videos, is that I do not believe we ever make a mistake or we ever fail. That is a system that has been brainwashed subliminally, consciously, unconsciously into us since we were here on this planet, that we can fail and that we can do something wrong. And I'll explain that in some more videos. But I wanted to get you information about the upcoming series I'm going to do. That's going to blow your mind. So stay tuned here. And if you're not signed up to get my email blast, please, you know what, I will put the link underneath that you can sign up, because I will let everybody know by email what's going on as well. So if there's no more questions or comments about the full moon energies, and I know I've only sort of hinted at what's coming up in the brand new series, then actually I am headed to the gym. And I don't believe in exercise, guys, but I believe in having fun. And I'll tell you why I don't believe in exercise in one of my upcoming videos. And I am the most healthiest I've been. And by the way, I just entered my 62nd year on, when did Pisces come in? The other day, the 18th, I think. Entering my 62nd year. And I am more alive now than I have been in all the previous years. And I'm going to start sharing the secrets, or well, they're not really secrets. I'm going to be sharing with you how you can make that happen for yourself, and how I've made it happen for myself, and how I can be so happy despite everything and anything, how I can be so happy. All right, so if no one else has questions or comments, hello Adina, Rhonda, hello. Guys, if you're going to watch this on the replay, let me know that you're watching it on the replay, and we can catch a conversation later, because I really wanted you to know about the full moon energy and how you can still harness its incredible power. And if what you were feeling was, you were wondering if what you were feeling was truth or whether it was abnormal, you can rewind the video and watch, and some people made comments, and I helped share about what that energy was and what you could harness it for, and some of my clients actually did that, and about the new program I'm launching. So I was happy to share this with you today. And I think I'm back on Thursday. Today's Tuesday. I think I'm back on Thursday with the first video in the series of Ultimate Essential Healthcare. Diana says, congratulations on 62. I'm right behind you by a few months, and yes, this is the best. Yes, Diana Brand, you and I know that. We've had conversations over the years and followed each other to know that we are absolutely de-aging in a sense, or aging in a most graceful way, because there are people I run into that I haven't seen in quite a few years, and they can't believe that it's me, because they say I look younger, much younger, like they're absolutely shocked. And of course they want to know what I'm doing. Number one thing I do is that I acknowledge and honor my connection to source energy, so that I'm in constant conversation all day long with God, spirit world, Tom, Dick, Harry, Buddha, whatever you want to call it, that I am not separated ever. That's another big lie, that we're separate. And we're not. We're all connected to the one, to the universal power. So with that, I am off to go to the gym. I'm going to go have a chiropractic adjustment and get on the MRI mat. And that's some of my self-care for today. I've had lots of essential, ultimate self-care, and lots more coming. So thank you. I honor you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for participating in conversation. And as I said, if you're not on my email list, I will put the link down below to put your email in there so you know what's going on. Pay attention to my Facebook page, because sometimes I'll do impromptu lives like this one. Adina, thank you. Janet says, universal connection. Universal connections are a beautiful day. Absolutely, Janet. If this is why people are, it's almost like we're divided now. Either you know you have your connection to your higher power, or you don't. And the people that don't are in extreme physical, mental, spiritual, emotional pain. And those that are still are struggling a little bit as we come into ourselves and let go of the lies we've been told and start to stand in our own empowerment. Thank you, Diana Brand. Have fun. I will. Talk to you guys later. Make a blessings. Thank you. Thank you for being here. It was my pleasure to be here for you.